Alright, hey, what's going on? It's Ben here, bringing to you a mid-range Magmar, or Psycho Magmar, because this deck pretty much runs the early game of a Psycho deck, which includes some mods and Bloodtear Alchemist to allow you to get head on board early in the game. A lot of Psycho decks pretty much utilize a lot of specific cards that do really well. Oh, gore. Huh, that's pretty brutal. I do have the Bloodtear Alchemist to get rid of that mini Jax that comes out, which is not too bad. Might as well keep a draw going. I think these are all pretty fine cards to keep except for Thumping Wave. Oh, I think I can hold on to a Bloodtear Alchemist line. I could back up and just take this out with the Young Slither, right? But I think it's still better to use the Bloodtear Alchemist on this Mana Spring, just to grab Mana Spring and make it impossible for him to do anything with the mana. He's going to smack Lagor into the Spelljammer, but that's not too big of a deal. And these are all fine cards to keep. There is a certain combo with the Thumping Wave and the Earth Sister Tegedi, which is really neat because you can pretty much get a 3 damage AoE with Tegedi with a Thumping Wave, yeah. He's probably going to want to back up it so that Gore gets some more value. Ooh. Kind of strategic that depending on where it spawns, it could be very helpful. Oh, Vorpal Reaver. Forgot that he used a Darkfire Sacrifice. I have a Thumping Wave for that, so that's pretty okay. Should I get rid of one of the Thumping Waves? No, I think I'll just hold on to them. Doesn't seem too bad. I think the Gore attacks into the Young Slither first, so this could be pretty neat. Could also not be very neat. I think it's alright though. Yeah, just keep these cards going. No need to attack because I don't have a particular advantage when attacking. So, I think the Gore attacks first, right? Yeah, because it was played first. Okay. That's cool, that's cool. Now I have 2 eggs that he has to deal with, which is fine by me. Oh. Some kind of ramp dude. He shouldn't be able to summon anything too major here except for a Daltos, which is kind of major actually. Dynamic Lure. Okay, so he has a way to remove both the eggs, which is pretty neat. But that means he's not really developing anything, which is fine. I have a War Beast coming up next turn as well. Just drop a Tegedi here. Oh, I'll drop it here actually. I don't want that dude to smack into my Tegedi. Or my General, pretty much. So I'll let the Bloodtear Alchemist take the damage from the Kin. And then I can keep on trucking. Move this up a little bit, just keep the Spelljammer in some kind of action. I'm going to keep all these cards, they're all pretty good. Oh, I can get rid of a Flash though. Good thing I had a Thumping Wave. I have 5 removal options pretty much with the Eggmorph and the Thumping Waves. Although Thumping Wave is not quite as good as the Eggmorph. Actually, it might even be better because I can target any card, right? Shadow Sister. Okay, I don't have a way to deal. Oh, actually, I have a Thumping Wave again. Kind of odd. I guess he's going for a heal then. Makes sense, makes sense. Probably get rid of a Flash. The Flash actually heals him, which is kind of funny. Alright, let's get rid of a Flash. Don't need that just yet. Thumping Wave is my Dispel. It's my everything. I guess I can't really attack right now though. Just use the Maw here. Well, I could attack with my General since my General gets a favorable trade. But I'm not going to attack with anything else. Well, Sunset Paragon could be a thing. But I'm not going to play around it. Yeah, this is pretty brutal getting my General Array up to 4 attack. If I can get to 5 attack, then I pretty much win out on value, or the board, I mean. Interesting, the Kin comes... Well, this guy comes down there. I would expect like he comes over here, right? Another Shadow Sister, that's ridiculous. Using all my removal on that dude. Which is not good. Okay, this allows me to get rid of that Shadow Sister. I'm going to be using a little bit more resources than I'd like to. Make sure to use a Maw first because the Maw needs to be nearby for it to work. For everything else, I could probably take out the Daltos right now. Take 5 damage, not too big of a deal. Just hold on to these guys. There's nothing in particular that I really want to grab. Oh, that's a good spot. Not really. Oh, value, my man. Fearless. Kind of interesting that he uses Lilith to make this deck. Actually, very close to lethal. Actually, depends on the Daltos spawn, right? I can actually close out the game. No, not anymore. I could actually. It's possible. It's a possibility. It's a lot of dudes though. Do I have enough time? Need more immediate value. Oh, Original Banishing, really going all in with that. Okay. Only has 1 card though, so could be good, could be bad. Well, things aren't looking too fancy for me. Just want fast cards. Flash, okay. So at least I can clear that dude. At least Daltus is so insane. If he can't remove the War Beast, that's going to be a problem, because the War Beast will do a lot. I guess I do want to limit his card draw, because he only has a couple cards, and I have more cards than him, so I'll be in an overall advantage. Woo! That's a bad spot. Yeah, he's going to have to move that somewhere else. Or he's going to take him out himself. Didn't do too much. Alright, let's just get rid of this Blaze Hound. Woo! Mandrake! That's really good. So how am I going to play out this turn? I do want to move this dude a little bit. I guess I want to move both of those dudes forward. So I'm going to have to keep my general far, but that's not too big of a deal. Put on a little bit extra damage onto the opposing general. And just drop the Mandrake over here. Over here. Over here. Yeah, this is good. Alright, he's only got one card to do it. Not exactly a lot of board. Well, I guess Obliterate is a card. Obliterate will actually do quite a bit. Actually, would Obliterate kill me though? Wait. It wouldn't kill me, but it's pretty good. Right of the Underval. Okay. Well, that is a card to have if you only have one card in your hand. But it's not going to be enough. That's for sure. At least I hope it's not going to be enough. We need 2 Darkfire Sacrifices if you want something major to go down. Doesn't feel like there's a lot he could do though. Unless he has a Ritual Banishing. Wait, did he just use a Ritual Banishing? I don't know. Guess he did. Void Hunter, that's a weird card. Didn't really make much sense. Just dies to the board, so that's okay with me. Game over! Woo! Bring it on! Look at how much card draw I have. And since I only have 6 card draw engines, I might want to keep all of them. Get rid of a Thumping Wave. Not exactly like there's a lot of good cards that Thumping Wave will be used on. Just yet, at least. Egg Morph, okay. Just draw a card here, and then we can keep on moving on. Clickety clack. Oh, Flash is good. Ish. Actually, Flash is only really good with a Sunset Defender. With other cards, there actually aren't many cards that are good with Flash. I guess the Golems are actually pretty good because they're high health minions, so the 2 reduction in the health doesn't really matter. But in most minions, the reduction in health actually does matter because we tend to run minions that border around like 3 to 6 health, and a reduction of 2 health is really big. Okay. Flash into a fun card? Oh, Greater Fortitude, okay. I don't even need a Flash at this point. Actually, using Thumping Wave is not bad, right? Interestingly enough. Just put on a ton of damage. Not sure how recommended this is, but it feels good to put on 11 damage by turn 2. This also transforms into a 3/3, so it's pretty nice. Yeah, Thumping Wave is, I'd say it's pretty good on 3 health minions because it puts a 3/3 body on the board that he has to deal with, kind of. I don't think he wants to take any extra damage at this point. Alright, he's going to need a Breath on board if he wants anything to go down here. Otherwise, I don't really know what's going down. Visual Crawler, okay. I guess he can let the kin hit into the Visual Juggernaut. Oh. Alright, so this guy's going to be a 4/2. I could flash out to Getty. It's not bad. Taking the 1 damage from this thing is not too big of a deal. Use the Egg Morph as well. I don't really want to use Egg Morph though. Let's get rid of a Spelljammer since I do already have a lot of cards. And yeah, War Beast, that would be the best thing that could happen to me. Can he kill me in the next turn? I think it's a little doubtful, right? But I can get rid of this guy super easy. Put a couple of damage here. Then put a Young Slither down here, and that should be pretty okay. I could use a Tegeti with the Thumping Wave for 5 damage, potentially, in the future. 5 for 5 mana is not too bad. Ooh, the pickup with the Spelljammer is really nice. I think it's a mistake to not trade into a Tegeti unless he has a way to remove it without dealing damage to himself. And the Visual Crawler is not. I don't think he's going to get too much value out of it. I mean, I'm going to close out the game really quickly. That's for sure. In fact, I'll close out next turn, right? Probably. Well, not quite next turn because I don't have enough damage. Get rid of the Egg Morph here. Play around War Beast. Good play, good play. Although, it seems more important to not play around Egg Morph. Guy, is this guy dispelled? I guess it just doesn't show up when you make those attacks. Seems a little doubtful that he could deal enough damage to take me out this turn. Actually, he could deal 8 damage. Now think about it. But nah, can't do it. I got a War Beast, so it's game over. Just about game over, at least. Alright. That is the War Beast finisher. Bam! Alright, hey, welcome to the end of the video. That was a mid-range Magmar, and I thought that was pretty amazing. With you're running 3 Thumping Waves and 2 Egg Morphs, you're running pretty much the most removal out of any deck. And they're all Transformers effects, so they're actually really effective against cards like Amara Healer or Vorpal Reaver, which makes Magmar super awesome. And Thumping Waves are a really great addition as a source of damage, and I think it's really nice on 3 health minions because you can, you can buff up a minion by 5 attack, and usually if you did something like a Shadow Reflection, it's going to leave like a 8-1 body on the board, and your opponent can use a Bloodtear Alchemist, but instead you can use a Thumping Wave to drop a 5 damage, then you can have a 3/3 body on the board, which is not bad because it acts as a heal. Even though the 3/3 Kin's a little bit weaker, I think it's still nice to have just a little bit of heal, so it's hard to remove, and it might be able to trade with something that comes on board, or it can actually attack in general for even more damage, possibly. And the Mandrake is still nice as an inclusion. With the cycle cards, is actually very effective in Wrath of the Immortal. You can see, I mean, dropping it down for 0 mana is not uncommon. And man, once you drop the War Beast and drop the Mandrake to follow up with, it's hard to see how you lose. So that was really cool. Be sure to subscribe or check out another video if you like, and I'll see ya!